morning student. It's your science class and today we learn or we read the first chapter of your science book, Food and Digestion. Number first thing, we must be clear about our food. What is food? Why do we need food? Why we taking food? Daily in morning you are feeling hunger that mama gives me food. And why you are taking this food? We all know that we need food for energy because daily we are doing a lot of work. You are running, playing, talking to someone. So these are the works which needs energy. Either in your sleep condition you need energy because in sleeping also your heart is beating and that also require energy. So we need food to get energy. Now in our food, what are the contents present there are known as nutrients. So what are the nutrients? These are the substances, these are the components which are present in our food. Now different variety of nutrients. What are the variety of nutrients or what are the categories? In which categories we categorize these nutrients? Number first category is energy giving food. Energy giving food, these nutrients includes two types of nutrients. Number first carbohydrates and number second fats. First we discuss about carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are sugars or starch. Sugar or starch are present in rice, wheat, maize. These are the things which includes carbohydrates. They gives us energy to do work. They are the prime source of energy. But second category, fats, which includes ghee, oil or oily substances, cooking oil we are eating in our food. These are fat containing substances. They also give energy, but they provide us energy after carbohydrates. But fats gives us more energy in comparison to carbohydrates. You are eating banana daily, you are loving banana, so these also a source of carbohydrates or energy giving food. Number second category, after energy giving, second category we call body building nutrients or body building food. This category includes the number third nutrient, proteins. Proteins are the category of nutrients which repair our damaged tissue. When you are playing, then your skin cut from any place, then how it repair? After some time again it comes, it regenerates. So these are the damaged part which repaired just because of proteins. So daily we have to take these in our food. From where we are getting proteins? It's a question in your mind. So we should know about the sources of proteins. Sources of proteins are eggs or a very wide thing. Pulses are included in this category which provides us a lot of proteins. Number third category which we call as protective nutrients. Protective nutrients which protect us from disease, which protect us from germs. They also repair our body and protect us, so we call them as protective category nutrients. In protective category there are two types of nutrients, vitamins and minerals. Vitamins, they fight with disease. Fruits, milk, egg, sprouted beans, these are the things which provides us a lot of vitamins. If there is a lack of vitamin, then you can get blind. You are not able to see. So we must include these things in our diet. Number second thing, minerals. They also keep us healthy. Minerals are for our bones. We require them for bones because our bones have a lot of content of calcium, and this calcium is a variety of minerals. Number second thing, iodine. You have seen lot of people which have their bulging or a goiter. We call in scientific language it as a goiter. Why it is? Just because of lack of iodine. So we must include iodine. From where we are getting this iodine? We are getting this iodine from salt. Whenever you go to market, then you purchase the salt. What is written downside it? iodized salt. What is the meaning of that thing? Do you ask to your mother or your father? No, you never ask, na? But I will explain you that this iodized salt means iodine is present in that salt, and iodine is required for our body. If you are not taking iodine, then a buzz comes out from your neck, that is known as goiter. So minerals are also required. Number third very important mineral in our body is iron, which makes our blood, hemoglobin. So it's also required. So always for minerals and vitamins we should take cereals, vegetables and fruits. These are the major categories of nutrients. Number first, energy giving. Number second, body building. And number third, protective nutrients. Now two more things which are must for our diet or our body. Number first, roughage. What is roughage? It's the fibrous part of our food. Sometimes when you become sick and go to doctor, then doctor says don't drink juices only, you should eat fruits. Why fruits are required? Because fruits contain fibers, and whenever we are making the juice, then what happen? It's all fiber content lost. So that fiber content in our food is known as roughage, which is required not for digestion, but it's required to remove the waste material from our body. So roughage is also required. So always you also follow this thing that you should eat fruits directly, not try to drink the juice. Whenever possible you have to eat fruits. Number second thing, water. Water in our body, 3/4 content is water. It's also required for our body, and from class nursery till now in 4th class always you are listening this sentence, always drink 6 to 10 glasses of water, 8 to 10 glasses of water, because water is required to dissolve food. Whatever we are taking inside our body, it is dissolved with the help of water. It's required for absorption of digested food. It's also required for the removal of undigested food from the body. And next, it's also required for the removal of waste in the form of urine and sweat. So these are the things which must be present in our diet. Now we should know the concept of balanced diet. What is a balanced diet? Balanced diet is a diet which contain all these nutrients. Whatever we learn in this class, these nutrients must be present in appropriate concentration, appropriate amount. If these all nutrients are present in proper amount, then such diet is called as a balanced diet. I have learned so many things about our food. What is a balanced diet? Why do we need food? Now, if you have taken your food, then what is the process by which we are getting energy from this food? So today we learn about that process, and that process is known as digestion. Digestion is the process by which we are breaking our food. How you eating food? When lunch time is over, then what happens? You are taking larger bites of that food. Then what happens? If ma'am scolding you, then what you doing? Too much larger bites, and they are going in your stomach and stop there. The process of digestion stops. So many persons says to you that process of digestion becomes slower. What is this digestion? Digestion is the process by which we are breaking that larger food particles into smaller particles, because our body getting energy from our food only after breaking it into smaller particles. So now you easily understand what is digestion: breaking of food into smaller particles to get energy. Now we should read about the digestive system. What are the parts of digestive system? Many parts of digestive system. Number first thing, your mouth. Your mouth contains teeth, then tongue. What happens when you see laddus? in another person's plate. When you see rasgulla in your friend's plate, it's very tasty. A lot of water in your mouth. Why this water? What is the purpose of that water? Because that water is known as saliva, and it softens your food in your mouth. It's required for our food because it get engulfed in that food and dissolve it, or there are so many enzymes to digest. So saliva is required. That water in your mouth is required. That's why your body secretes it. Number second thing, after mouth, your digestive system includes a pipe. When you are taking your food inside, then what happens? That food goes inside your stomach. Your stomach is here. So that food from your mouth goes to your stomach with the help of that food pipe. The another name, the scientific name for that food pipe is esophagus. So that food pipe or esophagus supplies the food from mouth to stomach. After stomach, so for a little time your food stops there because a acid, HCl acid secreted by your stomach, so that it dissolves the larger particles. After so many instructions, when you taken larger bites, then in your stomach that HCl break down that food into smaller particles. Then after stomach, that food goes into intestine, the next part of your body or next part of your digestive system. Intestine, two types of intestine. Number first, small intestine, and number second, large intestine. First, after stomach, small intestine comes. In small intestine, that volume or lumen of that intestine, it's like a pipe, but its lumen is smaller, is larger in size, but lumen is smaller. You can imagine it with a pipe with smaller hole and a pipe with larger hole. So the smaller hole pipe, its length is much higher, but it's small intestine. Food also get digested here. One thing, liver, and second thing, pancreas. These are the two parts of your body which are connected with that small intestine. So liver secretes bile juice. You secreting bile juice with the help of liver, and that liver secrete bile juice and that goes into your small intestine. And pancreas also secrete a juice that goes into small intestine, where it helps in digestion of food. After that, food goes into large intestine and then in anus. These are the parts of our digestive system. Let us see the diagram of digestive system. Here your mouth. In mouth, teeth are present for chewing the food. Tongue is also present for mixing the food with saliva. You know about saliva, that water which comes out due to rasgulla. Then from here food goes into stomach with the help of this food pipe or esophagus. Esophagus does not help in digestion of food, but it sends food from mouth to stomach. In your stomach, HCl is there, some digestive juices are there, so that with the help of that juice, food digested here. After stomach, that food goes into small intestine. This is our small intestine. In between, this is small intestine. It's larger than large intestine, but its volume is thin. Its lumen is thin than large intestine. That's why we call it as small intestine. Here food stops for some time for digestion. In this small intestine, that's your liver. We talk about liver that secrete bile juice. Liver, it's your largest gland or largest part of your body. From here, bile juice goes into gallbladder. Another part of your body, gallbladder, that green color part. From liver, that bile juice goes into gallbladder, and from gallbladder it goes into small intestine. After digestion, from here that food goes into larger intestine. in larger intestine, it stops for some time, and after that through anus we pass out it from our body. So today we discuss about the diagram of digestive system. Now we should know about the junk food. What is junk food? What is healthy food? So healthy food, you know, everybody says that fruits, green vegetables, these are the things which are healthy for us. So always we should take healthy food. Let us know about junk food. What is junk food? Junk food are rich in fat and sugar. So we should not take junk food. We can include chips, kurkure, pizza, burger in junk food. So always avoid junk food, because if you are taking regularly junk food, then they are dangerous for us. They make us unhealthy. For proper digestion, we must follow good eating habits. Always take your meal in a pleasant environment. Eat a balanced diet. Take your food at regular intervals. Eat fresh and clean food. Chew your food properly. Drink 8 to 10 glasses of water. Eat a lot of green vegetables and fruits in your diet, and always avoid overeating. Now, regarding our food, the last point is food preservation. What is food preservation? It is the process by which we are preventing our food from getting spoiled. There are so many methods of food preservation. First method, refrigeration or deep freezing. You have seen in your houses that your mother keeping your food in refrigerator. In night they are keeping food in freeze. That's why temperature is low. So food, microbes or any germs, they can't germinate there. At lower temperature, we are stopping their growth. Or deep freezing you are seeing at ice cream parlors, where they are keeping our ice creams in a deep freezer. Temperature is very low in deep freezing in comparison to refrigerator. Second point is bottling and canning. In bottling and canning, we are keeping or sealing our food in a bottle or in a box. Third thing, drying. From older times in our houses, so many food items we are keeping at our home by drying it, by making them that their moisture content will become zero, so that they preserve for a long time. Your chips or any other items in market also sold in the form of drying packets. Fourth thing, pickling and gelling. You are purchasing jelly or jam from the market. They are in jelly form, so that microbes or germs growth will be stopped there. And pickling. In pickling, oil and salt is there, so that it prevents the growth of microorganisms. In this way, we are preserving our food. Now you have to complete the exercises of your book.